Hello and welcome to your crash course of Portion Fix. If you are new to Portion Fix, it is absolutely the greatest plan invented to really focus on your nutrition. There has been countless times where I have no idea what to eat when I started my health and fitness journey. I had no idea that you could eat too many fruits and vegetables and it hinder your health because when you eat too much, say fruit, you're getting too much sugar. If you eat too much protein, your body can only digest so much protein, and then eventually those nutrients will not be, because you can only take so much out of so much protein, and then afterwards it just turns to glucose, which turns to fat. So if you can overeat in areas that you think are healthy for you. So that's why these containers, and I wish I had them with me, are your guideline and your key to success in your nutrition life. And nutrition is absolutely the biggest part, the biggest result of your health and fitness journey, because if you can do a workout every single day, 3 hours a day, but if you hit the crapper in the kitchen, you are not going to get the results that you're looking for. So what I want to teach you today is how do these containers work. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go over some of the resources to show you how these nifty little containers can change your life. So here is your container list guide. Now, each meal plan is going to come with these containers, and in each containers there is a list of ingredients that you are going to have a guideline to follow. Some you just put the food in the container and measure. Some there is equivalent. It's like in protein for eggs, you can't measure out eggs. So 2 proteins or 2 eggs equals 1 red container or 1 protein. But you have sorry, my dogs are going insane in the living room. Anyways, you have 7 containers, well, 6 containers, and then you have a teaspoon. You don't actually get a teaspoon. We all have a teaspoon in our kitchen, hopefully. But you get a green container, which is your vegetables. You get a yellow container, which is your carbs. You get a purple container, which is your fruit. Your blue container, which is your healthy fats and cheeses. Your red container, which is your protein. And then your orange container, which is seeds and dressing. Each one is actually equivalent to a measuring cup. So your green and your purple containers are equivalent to 1 cup. Your red container is equivalent to 3/4 of a cup. Your yellow container is a 1/2 a cup. Your blue container is 1/3 of a cup, and your orange container is considered 2 tablespoons. So that you will get familiar with the more you use your containers. There's also hand guides to if you don't have your containers. There's also eating out guides to where you don't have your containers with you, because you're not going to be bringing your containers with you to a restaurant and putting, your food in those little guys. So don't worry, don't stress. This is just your prep into your container guide of Portion Fix. So how your meal plans are going to work is either on your Beachbody On Demand, in your program guide, there are meal plans or if you got your challenge pack, it came with a book that you can follow in your nutrition guide that is going to show you which bracket you are going to fall into. Now, it's going to be based on either your activity level or your weight. You want to focus on that, because we're going to work based off of not a 200 or 2,000 calorie bracket. It's going to be like 1,800 to 2,200 calories, because we're not going to be eating the same exact thing every single day. So we want to just work off of an average of calories, and we don't want to count them. Like we said, we want to count our containers, and each bracket is going to have a container allotment. So here, for example, is a meal plan, a blank meal plan. And you can see that you have your container counts down here. So when you are making your meal plan, if you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is meal plan C, okay? This is the containers. You're going to have 5 greens, 4 4 fruits, 5 proteins, 4 carbs, 1 fat, and 1 seed. This actually might be meal plan D. But you want to make your meal plan based off your container. So if you're going to have breakfast and have, say, spinach, green pepper, eggs, and 2 pieces of toast. Okay, you're going to mark off. Now you're going to measure that in you can put the spinach and you can put the peppers in your container, and you're going to dump 2 into your pan, and you're going to cross off 2. You're going to add a half a banana. That counts as 1 fruit. Now remember how I said that container list? Some things we can't just measure, and some things are higher in sugar or fat than other things. So we want to make sure that we are referring to that container guide at all times possible when we're first starting Portion Fix. But half a banana, 1 fruit, and 2 eggs, 1 protein, 2 pieces of toast, 2 carbs. And you can just, write that down and cross that off as you're doing your meal plan. Your snack, you can have hard-boiled egg and peppers and hummus, or your Shakeology, which is your Shakeology counts as 1 bread protein container. If you're going to add a fruit in there, you can either add the other half a banana. However you want to make your meal plan, you can make it. Now, I also have meal plans for you that I have used in the past that are already written out and figured out for you. So if you struggle in that area, if this whole Portion Fix is new and you don't want to focus on meal planning right now, you just want to focus on practicing the containers, what you can do is you can go in here and you can use this meal plan as a guideline. You don't have to follow it to the T unless you want to. But I have this marked as meal plan A, and like I said, there's like a Southwest breakfast scramble plus a side fruit. These color-coded are the containers, and if you look down here, if you're in a different bracket, you can just, it tells you what to add if you need to add a container. Now, this one has a shopping list as well, so that you can just print this all out and absolutely just take it to the store and have this exact shopping list. And other meal plans even have a recipe guide for you. So you definitely want to look into these meal plans, especially if this is your first time using Portion Fix, and just utilize these tools as a resource, because you want to make sure that you are following these containers to a T, because like I said, your nutrition is going to be 80% of your results. Now remember how I said with eating out, it can kind of get tricky because you don't bring your little containers with you. So here is an actual eating out guide, for sides for Italian. You want to start with a salad. You want to look for veggies whenever you're picking your sides. As far as grains, you want to look for whole grain pasta. As proteins, you want more of the bake and the grilled. You do not want things that are, sauteed, because it's going to be loaded with butter. It's going to be loaded with extra fat. We don't want that. As far as sauce, we want to keep it on a lower base. We don't want the creamy Alfredo sauce that's loaded with butter, sugar, milk, carbs, all kinds of stuff. We want the pesto sauce, the marinara sauce, the olive oil, or balsamic vinaigrette as it comes to the salad dressing. We don't want a creamy ranch. So lots of roasted and grilled vegetables, fish and meat options, even pasta proteins with delicious dips and marinades to accessorize with. So we don't want to keep it boring. We want to enjoy our food, but we want to keep it on the healthier side. As far as Japanese, explore the sashimi menu. Actually, Haley, my daughter, she loves, I can never say a sashimi. That is without the rice. That is without the roll, because if you didn't know, they use, I think almost a third of a cup of rice just in one sushi roll. And if we remember our container list, a half a cup is 1 carbohydrate, which is your yellow container. That's almost taking up your yellow container for just one sushi roll. So the sashimi is without the rice. Try rice-free Naruto rolls, grilled chicken and fish, edamame, and of course salads and vegetables. But stay away from carb-heavy, tsunami, or deep fried rolls. Deep fried rolls, we do not want it. We want to stay away from fried foods. Extra fat is not good when following the nutrition guide. As far as veggies, there is a list of veggies that you can use. Your proteins, your grains, your sauces. These are all great choices that are still, you can go out and you can enjoy Japanese, but we want to keep it on the healthier side. Same with Chinese and Mexican. We all love Mexican. Hey. But we want to make sure that we keep it on the healthier side. So, love taco salads and fajitas, just load up on veggies. Pick your protein and add brown rice or beans if it's lunchtime. Add sour cream and guacamole and have veggies. Most of all, have a fiesta. But remember to ask for your accessories on the side because they're going to load your stuff up with accessories. But if you have it on the side, you can just dip your fork or dip your piece of meat in and not have as much. So that's some stuff that you can look for, that you can look for and utilize when following your plan. There's a steakhouse. Again, let's stay away from the bread, okay? If we're gonna have our bread, we're gonna want our sides to be more of, a side salad and broccoli, steamed broccoli, no butter. You can ask, you want to tell your waiter or waitress what you want. If you do not want your stuff sauteed in butter, then just tell them no butter. If you're gluten-free, ask what's on the menu that's gluten-free. Do not be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and, ask for what you want because you're paying for it. This is for you. This is your health and fitness journey, and they do not care what you ask for. They're there to serve the food, be your host, and hope that you have a great dinner. So don't be afraid to just speak up and ask what you want. Is it sauteed and buttered? So that is your portion fix guide. There is also my Shakeology recipe book. You can find literally every single Shakeology recipe for every flavor in this guide. There is tons and tons and tons. So please utilize this when drinking your Shakeology. There's a fill-in-the-blank meal planners, more recipes, and lunch ideas. Mason jar salads are amazing, so please check this out. You're going to love it. And for those vegetarians, there is a 30-day clean eating meal plan. There is a vegetarian meal plan, and here is your veggie and vegan food guide. Now, this changes drastically from the regular portion fix guides. Most of your proteins are going to be stuff that is normally on our carbohydrate list. So if you're a vegan or vegetarian, please make sure you follow these container guidelines because in a regular portion fix, my dogs are going insane. In a regular portion fix, the quinoa, beans, edamame, refried beans, those are actually proteins for vegans and vegetarians, but for our normal portion fix, it's a carbohydrate. So please, if you're vegan or vegetarian, please, please make sure you utilize this food guide for your meal plans, okay? And please, if you have any questions, if you don't understand anything, or you need help meal planning, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. We can schedule something. We can talk about everything that you need to know about portion fix, your containers, your equivalents, and the food that goes in them. So I hope this really helps you as your crash course. Like I said, it's super quick crash course on your portion fix containers, and that it helps you with those meal plans and getting everything set up for your healthy nutrition and I'm going to stop sharing my screen, health and fitness journey, because that's what we're for. We are here for us. We are here for you. I am here for you. I'm here for myself. I am still on this health and fitness journey, even 3.5 years later, and I'm still utilizing the same exact resources, containers, and everything that we are learning today, right now, still to this day in my life. As far as everybody wants to know, the sweets and treats, honestly, in your Portion Fix meal plan, you are allowed 2 to 3. We don't call them cheats anymore. We call them treats because we want to treat ourselves. We do not want to eliminate and like cut stuff out, because that just sets us up for failure. Because if we say we really like pumpkin pie, you know, I really like pumpkin pie, and we don't have that at all, we're going to crave it, and then we're going to binge eat on it, and we don't want to do that. So if we allow ourselves 1 slice a week, well, not per week, but you know what I mean, that time that you just need your pumpkin pie, go have a slice. Count it as a yellow container. That's 1 yellow container that gets not even a thought of. It's like, oh, I had a yellow container just like I had a sweet potato. Remember I said how that bracket of calories averages? So when you have your sweet potato, you're on the lower end of your bracket. But when you have that pumpkin pie slice, you're on the higher end of the bracket. It's not going to make that big of a deal if we're making sure that we have balance and moderation in our Portion Fix containers. Okay, so I hope that helps. It was great talking to you guys and sharing this information. Please, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out, and we'll chat soon.